Menstrual hygiene remains one of Kenya's most silent yet urgent challenges, unfolding every month in classrooms, homes, and communities. Menstrual hygiene is not just a personal matter, it's a question of dignity, health, and equal opportunity. What should be a neutral biological process has instead become a barrier to education for thousands of girls. The reality is alarming. In Kenya, 1 out of every 3 girls misses school during her menstrual cycle.
Wengi wamekosa shule kwa sababu wame lose hope na kusoma. Unaweza pata mimba kwa tuseme kibahati mbaya ama huko unatarajia kupata hiyo mimba. Kuna wale washazaa na wakarudi shule. Wakirudi shule, mambo tu ni same venye walikuwa wanafanya hapo awali. Obvious kuna watu wanaweza wajudge, but hawezi angalia venye wanamjudge.
This is more than a statistic. It reflects disrupted learning, shaken confidence, and dreams put on hold. Many girls stay home simply because they lack access to safe and affordable menstrual products.
Kuna wengi wanachukua muda nyumbani kama wamefika ule wakati wa hedhi. Na kwa sababu tuko kwa shule ya mseto, wengi huwa wanaona haya kuwa shuleni wakiwa katika hiyo hali.
In rural villages, informal settlements, and pastoralist communities, families often struggle to meet basic needs. Missing a few days of school each month gradually creates a widening academic gap. Over time, participation drops, performance declines, and path of success becomes uncertain.
Wasichana wanafanya vizuri darasani, lakini huo wakati kama hayuko shuleni akija, mwalimu ashafunza. So matokeo inadidimia kiasi.
In pastoralist communities, including Maasai regions, menstruation has long been surrounded by silence. Cultural beliefs and limited awareness have made open discussions difficult. Many girls still struggle with access to menstrual products and awareness about their use.
Kama shida kama za hizi monthly period, kuna wanafunzi wengi sana wanikujianga, wananiambia at least niwalete huku kwa deputy, at least wapewe some pads.
However, change is emerging. Communities are beginning to understand that supporting girls during menstruation is essential for education and well-being. This shift is gradually breaking stigma and encouraging openness. Innovative solutions are emerging across Kenya to address both affordability and sustainability. One of the most impactful approaches is the use of reusable sanitary pads. Across rural Kenya, Together for Better Foundation is working to bridge the gap between need and access. The foundation manufactures and distributes reusable sanitary kits to help girls manage their periods with dignity.
My name is Dr. Aruna Varsani. I'm an Asian Kenyan. I'm married with 2 children, and I am also a founder of Together for Better Foundation. Together for Better have a 2 mission and vision we are fighting for. Number 1 is to end period poverty across Kenya. This is also involve a child into the school, also a child who is in the house, despite also not avoiding the mothers who is also needed this kind of support. And the second mission is to also provide educational material across Kenya, because these are the 2 elements where children are missing out on education and to achieve their goal into education.
They travel long distances to reach schools and villages, delivering reusable sanitary towels and essential education to girls who would otherwise go without. What started with 2 friends coming together to respond to growing need has since grown into wider effort, reaching more communities.
Before the vision came into our mind, me and my friend who was also from Brazil, we were doing some community-based work. This is specific providing food items or maybe sometimes house items, something like that. But we reached to the point where we have been asked that what is the next step for your charity. we did not realize that it's taking a bigger shape. And when we sat down over the coffee table and we decided that what should we give a name, we had a couple of coffee to decide the name. And when we saw that she is from a different continent, I am from a different continent, and we are together in Kenya to do something better. And that's how the name was born, Together for Better.
These reusable sanitary towels are made using layered absorbent materials designed to safely manage menstrual flow and can be washed and reused over time, making them practical solution in areas with limited access to disposable products.
Hii kazi process yake tunaanza na kukata pattern. Pattern zetu ni hizi. Hii ni outer na hii ni inner. Halafu tukisha kata tunachukua nguo ambayo tunashona nayo ambayo ni material yetu ya cotton. Hii ni outer ni mbili. Outer mbili. Halafu na inner. Inner ni 6. Tunawekelea kwa material. Unachukua material, unawekelea juu. Una make sure that inatoshana vizuri. Alafu unaanza kustitch, una stitch ya ndani. Unafuata tu hiyo ina ndani kabisa, alafu unamaliza. Alafu unakuwa umemake piece moja.
The Together for Better Foundation began distributing pads to break the cycle of absenteeism, ensuring no girl's education is interrupted by the simple lack of basic hygiene and dignity. Menstrual hygiene is not only a social issue, it's also a health concern. Without proper sanitary products, some girls resort to unsafe alternatives such as old cloth or improvised materials. This can increase the risk of infections and other reproductive health complications. To better understand these risks, healthcare professionals offer important insight.
Lack of access to menstrual health hygiene adversely affects our girls because first and very foremost it affects their mental health, because a lady who feels they are not clean, they are not okay, and they are soiling themselves, such a lady will not be confident, they'll not feel okay mentally. Second, by not maintaining this physical health, this lady is at risk of some urinary tract infections, what we call UTIs, as well as some vaginal infections. So this in the long term adversely affects their overall health, their confidence, and in the process these girls fail to go to school because they are not feeling confident, so they miss out on school, and that affects their performance and by extension their future.
Ensuring the menstrual products are safe and reliable is equally important. In Kenya, this responsibility is overseen by the Kenya Bureau of Standards, which regulates quality and safety. This provides assurance that organizations supporting girls are distributing trusted products. This highlights the importance of reusable pad safety. When it comes to hygiene, organizations like Together for Better Foundations ensure that the process of making and distributing these reusable sanitary towels is done with careful attention to hygiene and ensure the producers are safe for use.
Putting 7 years of your work to contribute towards a national policy for reusable sanitary towels, I'm one of the proud ones to say I have contributed. After that, also contributing to the Kenya Bureau standard, giving all the learnings about reusable sanitary towels, where I sit with the tangible data and providing my learnings and my impact, which I have contributed to the Kenya Bureau standard.
These guidelines guarantee that materials used are hygienic, safe, and sustainable, protecting the well-being of girls in their reproductive parts across the country. Unlike disposable products, reusable pads, like those manufactured by Together for Better Foundation, come with many advantages. The pads can last for months or even years with proper care. They reduce ongoing costs while ensuring consistent access. These reusable pads also help reduce environmental waste, making them both an economic and sustainable choice.
There are a couple of the health benefits here. First, psychological health, right? a girl will be at the peace of mind because this will be available always whenever she is in her menses. Second, because this is a breathable pad, there is no plastic component here. Despite that, there is no chemical. So rashes, allergies, or maybe period cramps will be reduced here. Despite that also, what we are learning nowadays is because these pads are chemical free, the cancers are also reducing, which are specific areas cervical cancer.
By introducing reusable pads across schools and communities, conversations around menstrual health are becoming more open and informed. Education programs improved, access to products and increased awareness are empowering girls to remain in school and perpetuate. Through the combined efforts of educators, healthcare professionals, community workers, and families, Kenya is building a future where menstruation no longer limits opportunity, silence is giving way to understanding, stigma is being replaced with knowledge, and with every girl who walks confidently into her classroom, a new story is written of one of dignity, resilience, and hope.